Okay, we're recording. So cheers.
Cheers. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day, and like I had mentioned before, this is my second to last video for you guys there at our latest obsession. And as a special guest I have here, my really good friend here, Stephanie Mackin.
That's me.
You may recognize this face from my Twilight inspired photo shoots.
Yeah, that's probably what
If you want to check them out, check out these links right here. I'm going to place right here. Right there. In saying so, we're going to talk about sex bomb. Just kidding.
Rob Pattinson is the international sex bomb.
If you haven't checked out this video on YouTube, check out Sex Bomb, Rob Pattinson.
It's good times.
Yeah, something like that. Okay. So in this video, we're going to talk about, we'll share with you, if you would like, to download these songs to create a very good, memorable soundtrack. Even though the soundtracks that they've created for Twilight already are amazing. These are songs that we both selected to you know, this symbolizes Bella, Edward, and Jacob through Twilight, New Moon, Eclipse, and Breaking Dawn. So first songs are up for Twilight. The first song up for Bella is, we highly recommend these songs because we both listened to them thoroughly, even looked up the lyrics to, to have, be a very meaningful soundtrack, to basically express each and every word. So the song playing now is from Parramore. Yes, another Parramore song added to the decode, and I caught myself. It's called, what's it called? Miracle.
Miracle. Sorry, I usually have really good handwriting.
No, it's good. It's just that it's on a napkin. It's called Miracle by Parramore, and that's the song. This basically explains what, Steph?
Explains about like her first meeting Edward and just being really excited about finding somebody that she can actually relate to, and how he's like her miracle to her. But yeah, he's her miracle to her, and how she doesn't want to let him go because it's the greatest thing that's happened in her life, basically. Which would be the greatest thing that happened in my life too, if Edward showed up in my life.
Holla! The next song it will be for Edward. It's called Creep by Radiohead. Radiohead until that song we heard at the ending credits for Twilight. But then, like I said, we did our research, and this one song totally suits Edward during Twilight. Because, Steph, why?
Because it's talking about like how he's a creep, how Edward always thinks on himself that he's like his outcast, outsider. Which for the most part he is, but he does it to himself, I think. And it's just saying like how Edward views himself as kind of like this guy that's not that special, not that great. And just kind of like his self-awareness of how he sees himself. So it's kind of like a creepy, like dark song.
And then last but not least, the Jacob song we selected for Twilight, which is, what is this? Miserable at its best.
At best.
By Miserable at Best, pardon me, by Mayday Parade. I'm bad at explaining this, but why is this the song for Jacob?
Well, because this song, like when I hear this song, I think of like the last scene in the movie where Jacob shows up at the school dance, the prom, and kind of like how Edward pulls her away, and just saying like there's like lyrics in the song talking about like how he's gonna ask her to dance, and yet Jacob can't. Edward's taking his girl away from him, and how it just kind of makes him sad because by this time we all know that Jacob has a crush on Bella at this point. So it's just kind of like perspective as Jacob being like, oh well, Edward is like the guy that she's interested in taking the place, and taking her on and dancing with her and kissing her, and he can't ever do that because Edward's there and Bella's obsessed with Edward. So it's kind of a sad song.
That's sad but true. Those are the top 3 songs that we researched, looked at the lyrics, and said the songs for each character in the book. And I hope you guys enjoy that. Make sure you download them. Now we're moving on to New Moon, which is okay. Yeah, you got it.
That's on my MySpace.
Okay, what is this on Pestle?
Hana Pestle. Okay, so we will.
Oh, the song, by the way, is called Need.
Yes.
So that's Bella's song for New Moon that we selected. If you can't find it, we'll go with the next one.
I got it.
The song we chose for Edward is The Reason by Hoobastank. That is a very common song. You've probably heard it on the radio. It's called The Reason. I repeated myself. It's a song that describes what?
tries to leave Bella. He knows that she's changed him in certain ways that he can never, ever, like, forget about, obviously. And so it's talking about, like, how he's changed and that she's the reason that he can actually has a purpose now. Like, he doesn't feel like he is for nothing. You know, he's found love. Bella's inspired him to be something else. So, it's just a nice song.
Now we're doing karaoke. No. Go. I just want you to know I found a reason for me. Okay, I'm dark. Moving on. You got it?
Yeah.
Okay. And the song we chose for Jacob for New Moon is Fix You by Coldplay.
One more minute.
And it's breaking up.
No, I was doing that because I was messing it up.
So is this Fix You by Coldplay?
This was our song about Jacob.
Because?
Because in New Moon, when Edward leaves, Jacob is basically Bella's rock, her best friend. And it's basically saying like that Jacob's protecting, he can try to fix her because he's in love with her and he wants her to be happy again. So he wants to be there for her and just kind of saying, you know, whenever she has issues and problems, that he's there for her and he can fix her, he can fix her broken heart. Even though he doesn't, I don't think Jacob really realizes how bad it is, because anyone that's read the book from Bella's perspective knows that she basically tries to kill herself so she can hear Edward's voice. But it's just it's a really sweet song.
Okay, now we're on to Eclipse. And the song chosen for Bella for Eclipse is Uninvited by Alanis Morissette. Very great classic song of Alanis, which is really great. And just the tone and the mood of the song totally suits what Bella was going through in Eclipse. Because
well, when I think of this, I think of when her and Edward and Jacob were like waiting out for the Volturi, or how do you even say that?
Volturi?
I make up my own words in this. Okay, but you know, Jacob's like kind of forcing himself on her, like, you know, making out with her and all that stuff like that. And at the same time, like, she kind of likes it because she's human. I mean, hello. But at the same time, she's in love with Edward. So it's kind of saying like you're uninvited, Jacob. But at the same time, she's talking about like her blood, her hormones going through when she's with Edward, because she really wants to do it with Edward, and I don't blame her. But so it's talking about like the hormones running through that. So it's a cool song. It's very, I don't know. I need to stop using.
Now we're on the song that we chose for Edward, which is Vindicated by Dash for Confessional. That's a very popular group that you guys should know if you're really into this music. And here's a snippet of the song, and we'll tell you why we chose this for Edward. Okay, while the song is playing, why did we choose for Edward?
Wait, I know this one. Let's listen to the words for a second. Let's see if we can all figure it out as a group, as a team.
Team Edward! Woo!
Hold on a second.
And cut.
Are we ready?
Take two. There we go.
So we used Vindicated by Dash for Confessional for Edward and Eclipse because he's finally figuring out that it's okay to love Bella and how much she's changing his life. And this song is talking about like how he slipped Morissette away, basically, into you. And there's like a whole verse about the diamond ring, and it's kind of like symbolic of like their soon-to-be marriage when he gives her, you know, the heart that's a diamond. And I'm just saying, like, you know, he thought he was wrong, but now he's right, and he's cleaning up, and he's getting better, and he's finally taking the position that Bella needs him to take.
Okay, and now we're on to Jacob's song for Eclipse that we chose mutually. It's called Hysteria by Muse. Now Muse, I never knew about this group until I heard that song on the soundtrack for Twilight. So again, with the research that we both did, ta-da, we present you Hysteria, which describes Jacob because
this first.